This is not a drill, my friends. Yesterday was the first day of fall and October is in like a couple of days. Basically, Halloween is here, fall season is here, and we're gonna dive right in today. I'm going to share with you some really awesome Halloween sort of like decor hacks. I did some Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs last year and I will link that video down below, but I have to say I like the DIYs in this video even more, so I'm really, really excited to share them with you. Let's dive into this. First decor hack, we're just gonna make a really simple skull garland, and all you need from the Dollar Tree is one of their rows of twinkle lights, and then they sell these bags of like little plastic skull heads. And then all you're going to do is cut a small X into the skull head so that you can slide it over the light. If you're gonna be laying this garland out on a table, I would suggest you put the hole in the skull from the bottom. If you're gonna be hanging them, then you probably want the hole to be from the top of the heads. Sort of think about how you want your heads to lay once you have the lights on them. But basically you're just gonna cut an X on each of the skull heads, and then you can pop these onto each of the twinkle lights and you're done. And you could use this on a tablescape, on a mantle, you can hang it up like I hung it. Really happy with the way that this one came out. Okay, for this DIY, we are going to make a Halloween wreath, and this was actually inspired by one I saw at Joann Fabrics. They were selling it at Joann Fabrics for like $25 or $35, and I was like, I can make this for $5, and that's what I did. So to make this wreath, you're going to need one of the wreath frames that you get at the Dollar Tree. Next, you're going to need felt squares, which you can't get at the Dollar Tree, but if you buy them at Walmart, they're like 27 cents each, so way under $1. And then you're going to need some yarn in black and white. Again, yarn not typically found at your Dollar Tree. You just need really cheap yarn. You don't need the fancy stuff. We're gonna start by wrapping the wreath frame in the yarn, so I'm just gonna tie off a piece of the white, and I'm gonna wrap it around the wreath frame about ½ of an inch or so, and then in the back of the wreath frame, I'm just going to cut off the white and tie on a piece of black and wrap around about the same amount of string. Cut that off, tie on a white piece, and just keep going so that I create a black and white stripe all the way around my wreath. This step probably will take you a ½ an hour or so, so just like cut some pieces of yarn, sit down in front of Netflix, and wrap away. Next, we need to make some felt flowers, and this is really easy. You're going to take pieces of felt and cut them into squares. Cut off the corners of the square so it's sort of rounded, and then you're basically just going to cut the square into a spiral, so working your way slowly in towards the middle. Then starting from the outside, just wrap the felt sort of like around itself. You're gonna kind of like roll it up. And when you get to the very middle, there's sort of like a little circle piece that's been left over. Put on a bunch of glue there and you're gonna press it in. It's gonna hold everything into place. And then you're just gonna arrange them kind of how you want and glue them onto your wreath. And that does it. I think this wreath came out so good. It definitely looks way more expensive than what I paid for it. And I think it looks just as good as the one at Joann Fabrics. So I love the way this came out. I also like this one because I feel like you could personalize it and you could like easily do this in Christmas colors or in spring colors. So it's not like just Halloween. All right, next up, we are going to make these really cute sort of like trick-or-treat pumpkins. When I did my Dollar Tree fall haul, which I will link down below for you, I picked up some of the styrofoam pumpkins they had because I knew that I could do some fun DIYs with them. All right, right away, I see they have some styrofoam pumpkins. I have some DIYs I'm gonna do with this. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint these white. I got sort of an off-white paint. These paints you can buy at Walmart. They're like maybe $1.25. Because it's styrofoam, it's really easy to paint. It only took me 2 coats to get it completely done. And then you have nice white pumpkins. And obviously you could use these pumpkins just like this if you wanted more of a neutral scape, or you know, if you wanted to save them for like Thanksgiving decorations. But I decided to jazz them up just a little bit, and I got some of these scrapbooking letters. Sometimes you can find these at the Dollar Tree. They didn't have any at mine, so I got mine at Joann Fabrics for maybe $2 or $3. And I'm just going to place some letters on each of the pumpkins so that it spells out trick or treat. You could obviously write whatever you wanted on these. Super easy Halloween decor, but I also like that they're a little more neutral and sort of toned down if that's your style, but I love the way that these came out. For our next DIY, we're gonna make some skull vases. The Dollar Tree sells these big plastic skull heads, so you're just going to get as many of these as you want, and you're gonna cut a hole in the top of them. Then just using some cheap black spray paint, I buy this stuff at Walmart for like $2.88. I'm going to spray the skulls completely in a high gloss black. I got some red fall flowers at the Dollar Tree and I just placed those inside. I think that these would look awesome on a mantle. I also think that they would look really good on a dining room table if you're doing like a Halloween scape. And I just think that they came out very cool, sort of like goth glam. For our next DIY, I had bought some of this, like, they have like creepy, sort of like spidery web fabric that they sell at the Dollar Tree. I picked up some vases in that same fall Dollar Tree haul that I did, and I figured I could make little like mummy slash ghost lanterns. All you need to do is cut a piece of the mesh and wrap it around one of the vases. It kind of like sticks to itself, so you don't even really need to glue it into place, to be honest. And then you want to put some eyes on here. You can get googly eyes. They sell them at the Dollar Tree, but I hadn't bought any, so I just made myself little eyes out of pieces of felt. Whatever you want to do, you could use paper. Glue those on, throw a candle inside, and you've got these little, I guess they kind of look like mummies, they kind of look like ghosts, but either way, they're definitely very Halloween-y, and they look just super cute when you have them lit up at night. Two more little fun DIYs I'm gonna throw in at the end that I hadn't really planned, but I kind of thought about as I started DIYing. In that fall haul, I had bought a couple of frames just because they're always good to DIY with, and I had some leftover felt. So all I did was I cut a black piece of felt in the size of each one of the frames, and then using white felt, I just cut out a B, an O, and an O to spell boo. If you're comfortable, you can just like freehand this like I did, or use a pencil, you know, and sort of trace out the letter first and then cut it out. And then I just put the white letter into the frame, I put the black piece of felt on top, I closed it up, and that was it. Again, another one of those DIYs that you can use for lots of different seasons. You can make it say different things and do it in different colors depending on what holiday you're doing. Lastly, I had some little plastic animals from the Dollar Tree, and to sort of make these Halloween-y, all I did was spray paint them in some black spray paint, and then using some red paint, I just painted in their eyeballs so that they sort of looked like they were like demon animals or like possessed or whatever. Just a fun little upgrade to use for the animals at the Dollar Tree, or if you had other like animal shapes that you were using, it's just like a really quick way to make them into a Halloween decor piece. Alright, that is my Halloween sort of like DIY decor hacks for this video. Like I said, I have a whole nother one from last year. If you want some additional ideas, I will link that video down below for you as well. If you're new to my channel, I would love if you subscribe before you go. I post new videos every single Sunday, and if you're already subscribed, don't forget to turn on your notifications by clicking that bell down below. I've had a lot of you telling me recently you've been missing some of my videos, so if you turn on your notifications, that way you'll get notified every time a new video goes live and you will not miss any of them. As always, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I wish you a great beginning to fall, and I hope we're gonna have a great October. I'm just pretty excited about this season. Obviously, I'm excited because October for me is baby month. My baby is due in October, which is fine. That's not like a big deal. I'm not like freaking out about it or anything. But as always, I will see you all in my next video. What are you complaining about? Can I help you?
You want to say something?
I don't.
We're gonna get the Dollar Tree spooky.
We're gonna get the Dollar Tree spooky?